Hello everybody, welcome back to another video. Today I'll be taking a look at Hurricane Iota as it's making its way to Central America. Currently it's a 917 millibar storm, which makes it a Category 5 hurricane. This will be our first Category 5 hurricane in the Atlantic this year. If we take a closer look here, anywhere in the yellow is hurricane strength winds. It is currently on the coast of Nicaragua and the coast of Honduras. This storm is tracking west at 9 miles per hour, and its maximum sustained winds are 110 miles per hour. This is a very big storm, especially you just had another storm pass by this exact area a week ago, and they are still recovering from it. This is the hurricane loop of Iota. You can see the storm is still strengthening, a well-defined eye. It's just passed a couple islands, and it's making its way to Nicaragua. This is not a good thing to see, but it's life. If we take a look here at the GFS, you can see the storm is already starting to drop in millibars, and the storm is going to intensify very quick. By the end of today, 7 p.m., the storm is right off the coast of Nicaragua. This storm is expected to make landfall in between 7 p.m. and around 1 a.m. This storm is going to make Nicaragua have massive flooding and massive amounts of mudslides, which is also called mudslides. The storm tracks into Honduras and Guatemala and goes off into the Pacific. But if you take a look here, another storm forms in the Caribbean, and thankfully it doesn't go up into Nicaragua, but it actually goes into Central America by Panama, which is not good for them. The storm goes into the Pacific after crossing over Central America and actually strengthens. It could impact Mexico. But if we take a look at the long range here for the US, you can see the cold front that's in the east today actually moves out and picks up. And the pattern flips again. The ridge is out in the east, as you can see here, a southeast ridge that builds up. And then you have a negative PNA, which is also called a Pacific North Oscillation. When positive, the pattern would change like this. You have a ridge out in the west, and then you have the jet stream dipping down into the east. That's what we are getting this week. But the PNA will weaken and actually cause a ridge to build in the eastern part of the U.S., and then the jet could dip down into the western part of the U.S. If we continue here, after Thanksgiving and into Thanksgiving Day, you can see a storm may be forming in the Rockies and the Midwest. This is only one run now. If you take a look at the last run, as shown here, the storm is completely gone. This is only one run, and this is 252 hours. Which is very far out. But if this were to be true, you have the storm in Kansas strengthening, and then it moves its way up north as it follows the jet, and on the northern and western side you have snow. You have cold air up here in Canada, and then the storm moves out. It actually strengthens even further. It could cause a blizzard in parts of Wisconsin and Minnesota. But again, this is very far out. If we take a look at Guatemala and Nicaragua again, you can see the total amount of precip here. You have 10 inches, possibly even 24 inches of rain back into Guatemala, Nicaragua, and Honduras. This is a very big amount of rainfall that we have here. This is rainfall that will cause flooding, mudslides, and a lot of power outages. If you live anywhere on the coast area, I suggest you evacuate immediately if you haven't already. And the wind speed is going to be very intense too. If we go back all the way to when the storm is about to hit, you can see. Let me get rid of this coloring here. This storm has massive winds that could drive 110 to 140 mile per hour winds onshore, which is already able to knock out power right then and there. But if you take a closer look, the storm field of winds is actually very massive here. It stretches from all the way from Honduras to even the southern parts of Nicaragua. And the storm is due west into Nicaragua, Honduras, and into El Salvador, possibly even getting to Guatemala. If we take a look at the intensity charts here, you can see the storm makes it up to a Category 5 hurricane, which it is at right now, strengthens more, and quickly decreases in strength as it makes landfall. For some reason, these models have it at a Category 4, completely toss those models out. If we take a look at the spaghetti models, we could see it is 100% making landfall on Nicaragua. And then you have the storm could either go up north into Mexico or straight out south to the Pacific Ocean. By the time it makes it to the Pacific Ocean, it will be nothing more than remnants of Hurricane Iota. And then if we take a look at the global positioning models and hurricane models, it's in agreement with the other models. Most of them, besides one model, is going out to the Pacific Ocean here. I hope everybody has a good day, and anybody watching from Central America, stay safe.